Good morning. My name is Diana and I am a 14th year teacher in the state of Illinois, and welcome to A Week in My Life. So it is Monday, and we have a full week this week. Happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans out there. If I have any veterans who are following me or anyone that follows me that has family either in the military or has been in the military, thank you so much for their service. I appreciate all you do, because I unfortunately would not be able to handle any kind of military assignment, that being Navy, any of those things. So I appreciate you immensely. But yeah, so today is Veterans Day, and I don't know about you, but personally, I think that this should be something that we have off, and not necessarily just because we get a day off of school. I mean, that is nice, but I think it's more so the fact that we should, honor the veterans, and definitely get a moment to honor those, especially people that have veterans in their lives, and being able to celebrate it and kind of be with that loved one. So, but or at least honor that loved one if that person is no longer living. But I digress. I don't run the nation. I don't run the school districts. I know some schools have it off today, because my boyfriend's aunt came up, and I think she lives in Ottawa, Illinois, and she said that her daughter doesn't have school today. She's in high school, but we do down here, and my kids do, or I guess you'll say up here because she's down south. Yeah, I do, my kids do, and I don't remember if the city makes Veterans Day a holiday or if kids are in session as well. I'm not sure, but I don't. Anyway, but yeah, so today is Monday. Today is our short day in school. We are only there till about 2, and then we have meetings till about 3:45. And then tomorrow, today I actually have my pre-observation, which is just basically me talking to my principal about what he's going to come in and see tomorrow during my math lesson. And then I'll have my observation tomorrow, and then I think I have my post on Friday, which is just basically to talk about how it went, what are some things I could do better, obviously, some wins and all that good jazz. So today we are starting a new math lesson. We are doing fractions, decimals, and percent. And so with fractions, I think today the first 2 examples that we're going to talk about is going to be, what is it going to be? It's going to be turning a fraction into a decimal, and then, no, is it fraction to, no, it's percent to fraction, and then fraction to percent. And then I think fourth, because that's 4-1, example 1, 2, and then 3 is kind of doing real, basically problem solving, because kids can look at stuff and then you can just be 35% is equal to whatever fraction, but utilizing real world models, so how people utilize them in the real world, because that's the biggest thing that kids love to say is, when am I ever going to use this? And I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some things that we learn in math that we probably really don't use in our adult life, because I know firsthand, because I don't use it. But, with such advance in technology, you can basically have an app or push a button or something and you'll get the results. So I'm taking out my pancake. And so yeah, but, so then I think after that is what we're going to start looking at, a combination of all of them or whatever. So anyway, tomorrow my principal's going to come in during my real life modeling, and then we're going to do a couple of triads and kind of see, and then I think we're going to do so if you don't follow Joanne Miller, she's head over heels for teaching. She is awesome. I'm sure I mentioned her before in my vlog, but she does this thing called musical chairs, and she uses it a lot for review, and just like like kids utilize vocabulary words, all this stuff. And so I know she uses one for math in particular, but I think it's more, like I said, like a review. So I think I'm going to use the same thing that day, because by then we would have already done 3 things. We would have done, percents to fractions, and then fractions to percents, and then the real life model. So I think that what I'm going to do is during my lesson that my principal's in there is have them do like a review of musical chairs, so the way she has it is she has she has a sheet of paper that's the same on everybody's desk. I think it has like 9 squares, and each square has like a problem in it, and she has it in a sleeve. So kids just basically walk around the room with a expo marker, and what she does is she plays music. It might be a little difficult for me only because of the situation that I'm in with the open concept, but we'll have a little music, or we'll have something that the kids can listen to, and then or maybe I'll just do my doorbell, because they're really good with the doorbell. So like I'll have them walking around, and then do the doorbell, and then they just got to find a spot, and then they just answer one of the questions in the sleeve, like whatever's open to fill in the blank. And I think I have like 9 problems of like I said, fractions to decimal, or not to decimals because we wouldn't have done that yet. Fractions to percents, percents to fractions, and then I think those are the only ones. I'll have to show you guys later on my computer. I printed them out, but so. So distracted. Anyway, yeah, so I have to show it to you, but I think it's really cool, and I think it'd be a nice little like time filler review, considering, like I said, that we were just doing the last couple of lessons or whatever, and then I'll have them do their independent work. And then I was thinking about pulling a small group and doing like a jam session with them on IXL, with more of the like decimal or percent fraction word problems. So that's my lesson plan for tomorrow. Well, hopefully it works out. I always have, when it comes to these observations, I always have like minor PTSD, because it's just like, just coming from Chicago public schools, and people don't realize like the districts and like how people are, and like in Chicago it's so much different than out here. Like there's not I don't know, I don't really hear a lot of a lot of teachers complaining about like administration or like little things like that as much. I mean, they might have a thing here or there, but not as bad as it is in CPS. And the crazy thing is like, I think out here, like the union is more like validated. I know CPS has a crazy large union, but it's like here, administration doesn't want to deal with union. And I don't mean like not deal with it, but like it's like a big thing, I feel like, if union has to get involved. And so I think that because of it, they're really a lot more respectful for the teachers. They honor the teachers a lot more than in CPS, where I feel like they always have that like irreplaceable attitude. And so that's just my personal opinion. I'm sure other people that have never really been in situations that I've been in probably see it differently, but that's just what I've experienced over the last 14 years, 10 being in the Chicago public school system, and just how it is just not it's just not it's not teacher friendly per se. And I think it's just because it's such a big district. But yeah, at least that's my experience. But anyway, yeah, so I should be at school probably within the next, hopefully 10 minutes. I didn't even check. It's only 7:33. So hopefully I get there in the next 10 minutes so I can start. I need to make an anchor chart. I need to print out notes for my students today. And I think that's it. So, but I would check in with you guys later, let you know how life is treating me. And yeah, hopefully you had a fabulous weekend, and I'll check in with you guys later. It is the end of the day. As you can see, it's pretty dark in here because I'm getting ready to go. And obviously, you know, the time change, but I just wanted to show you guys really quickly what we're doing tomorrow. And then I'll chat with you guys in a second in the car about what we did today. So tomorrow, well, this is kind of what we did today. We did fractions to percent, and then we did unit 4 on fractions, decimals, percents, and then the first example was percent to fractions. Let me turn you guys around, hold on. Okay, so the first unit was unit 4, fractions, decimal, percent, and then we did our first example where we did percent to fractions, and then our second example was fractions to percent. We're showing them the two different ways they can do that. And we're going to still kind of do this tomorrow, but we're going to do it with actually like a word problem, like a real life word problem. So that way they can kind of adapt it to, not necessarily adapt it to, but like relate it to their lives. And so that's what we're going to do for my observation tomorrow. And this is kind of what we did today, but we just did it with just basic number sense. As you can see, we did like 20%, and then we did like 3 to 5, and then 3 to 4. So we're going to actually use a real life, and let me show you which one we're going to use tomorrow. Okay, so this is what we're going to use tomorrow. So we're going to do modeling real life, and we're going to take this word problem, and we're going to try to figure out 9 out of 12 Midwestern states, and we're going to try to turn that into a fraction, or I'm sorry, into a percent. And then we're going to also do the try it, where I will give them the opportunity to kind of figure this one out and figure this one out on their own, or actually not rather on their own, but with a partner, so they can kind of figure those two out. And then after that, we're going to do, let me show you the next activity. So this is the thing I was telling you guys about that Joanne Miller has. So again, if you guys don't follow her, make sure you do if you're a teacher. So yeah, so she does something similar to this, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm not going to do music by any means. We're going to actually do the doorbell. So when I ring the doorbell, they're going to kind of walk around until they hear the doorbell again. Then they're going to stop wherever they are, because I'm going to have them posted in different spots on the tables or on the chair, on the desks. Sorry, I'm like rushing to leave. On the desks. So that way, as they walk through around, they can actually go stop when they hear the bell, and then they just fill in a box that's empty. And so this kind of helps me to be able to watch them fill it out to see if they understand it, and then to kind of see if like they're gravitating towards the same kind of problem, so that way at least I know what they kind of need to work on. And so that's kind of what we're going to do, and then we're going to work in a small group with some more word problems as we go. That was a lot. So that's going to be my observation tomorrow. So that's what we're going to work on tomorrow. But I am going to get ready to get out of here and head home because I am tired, and I've been here too long, and and my cough is just really terrible. But we're also going to be doing this tomorrow, so I'm so excited. We're going to be starting doing a novel study tomorrow for The Giver. So I'm going to take it home with me to kind of read through the first chapter, and then just kind of like begin to start reading about how to annotate it and things like that, where it has good meaning. Plus I also have to make some printouts of like having the kids read it and then draw what they're reading. Not so much what they're reading, but if I'm reading it, they can draw the setting and kind of get them an idea of what's taking place so they can memorize it. But kind of like what we did with Thief of Always. And if you're not remembering that, if you go back into my videos, you'll find it where I kind of show you how I utilize that. But let's get ready to pack up and go. go. We're settled in. We're on our way. Again, this cough, atrocious. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, I know I was kind of rushing through that stuff back there. I was out of breath, and I was just trying to like pack up to hurry up and leave. And so that's kind of where I was going with that. But I wanted to just kind of see what's going to look like tomorrow, because I'm not going to have an opportunity, obviously, to film because my principal will be in there. But I just kind of wanted you to see what we're going to be doing tomorrow in class. And so I think it'll be really good. I met with him today, and he said he was excited to come in and see. And, you know, he just reassured me, like, to not be nervous and things of that nature, and to just kind of, you know, just do what I do. He said he doesn't have any like concerns as far as like what he's looking for. He said the kids are pretty engaged when he's in my room, when he comes in normally, so he's not really too worried. So, you know, it's just one of those things that we kind of just have to do for feedback and growth. So I'm super excited to have him come in and see what we have to offer here in 6th grade. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous, only because it's like, you just never know what could happen. And I mean, my principal, he is super awesome. I love working for him. He's probably one of the best principals that I think I've had so far. And just as far as like, you know, how he treats his staff, and just like how he, you know, talks to us, and how he treats us like adults. And, you know, he's very understanding about things that happen. And I really like that about him. And it is, you know, it's somebody that I would like to work for as long as I can. And I do love the district. I think that they're very good with, you know, how they treat their teachers. And like I said, I haven't heard anyone like complain. And most of the teachers that are here currently, like, they've been here for a long time. And so that just speaks volumes to me, you know, that their turnover isn't that great, which means that people enjoy working here. And I can honestly say I do enjoy coming to work every day. I don't have an issue with coming to work. I mean, honestly, like, if I ever complain about coming to work, it's because I'm tired and I'd rather stay home, but it has nothing to do with the job. So that's one of the things that is nice. But anyway, yeah, so today so for science, I think I told you guys in the morning, we just did that deforestation worksheet. We actually had it actually took us a little time, because in the morning we did our pledge allegiance to like our flagpole outside, and we did like the whole school did it, which was really nice. I couldn't record it because I forgot my phone in the house, hear me, sorry, my boyfriend just texted me, and I'm like, as soon as you get here, I'm also going to try and get some jeans there for this week for sure. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I left my phone on my desk in the room. Oh my God, can you tell? It's almost 5. And then, so I didn't get a chance to record it, but it was really nice. It was a beautiful sentiment. It was really great. I mean, for the little that we could do to honor the veterans. And then, so we did that, and then we did our new intervention schedule that we're doing. Not necessarily a schedule, but just like new stuff that we're doing within our intervention time. And it was really nice to kind of work with some of my kids to do, like, we did like a plot flip book. And so I gave them each like a read aloud book to read, and then kind of have them fill in the plot book with this read aloud. And so it was just nice to see them kind of read like the picture books, and, you know, kind of enjoy seeing that. They're so used to kind of reading like these older kids books, that like, given the opportunity to read these like younger books and read alouds, I think kind of gives them a little joy. So they were able to, so 3 of my kids, they read a story, and then they were just like, the rest of the week they'll fill out this plot book, they'll design it, make it pretty the way that I showed them. And so they'll just kind of give me like the plot, a summary, and then like the conflict and resolution. So it's just like a little quick thing that they could do. And then my other kids just did word ladders, closed passages. And then I think the new thing I'm going to introduce this week is also argument writing. And then another thing in my small groups that I'm hoping to implement is sentence flippers. And so I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that once I get it going, probably towards the end of this week. But yes, so, and then math, I showed you what we did today in math. So that was pretty much it. Oh, and then for ELA, we just did our presentations for our goals. And so they did that. I still have about 7 people left. So I might just have them do that during our deer time, because we have like 20 minutes of deer time. So I might just have those few people that need to present, so that way I can grade them all based on that. And then, yeah. So, and that'll be our day. So hopefully, wish me luck for tomorrow. I'm heading home, and so I might not check in with you guys, only because I got the kiddos at home, and as much as I know I tell you that this is a teacher mom vlog, it is very, very extra sometimes. But, you know, I might catch the kids at home just to kind of see how they're doing, and you can kind of just kind of see how my life is when I get home after dealing with 20 students in a day to coming home to 2 children of your own. You're just like, I'm done. But yeah, so I will hopefully check in with you guys later. If I don't check in with you guys later at home, I will definitely check in with you guys tomorrow. I don't know about in the car, because my boyfriend has to come in to work tomorrow, so he might be here. So it might just be something we check in at school. All right, so that's all I got right now. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Good morning. How is it going, friends? Today it is Wednesday. Super duper sorry I did not record anything at the end of the day. My day was pretty busy. As you guys know, or as you guys remember, I told you guys I was doing my formal observation yesterday, which went really well. Well, I mean, it went well. I wouldn't say really well, but I mean, I thought I did a great job. Well, I think, I don't know. I'm my toughest critic, I guess. But no, everything went good. He commended me on the musical chairs game that we played. He said that the kids were really engaged and that they enjoyed it, and he could see that the kids were like answering questions. And, you know, he said some of them, you know, at first kind of went to like the same one, but then eventually kind of ran into one where there wasn't the same answer or the same question, and so they had to improvise, I guess, and then do another question. So that was nice. The only suggestions that he had, I mean, we won't meet for my post-conference until next week, Monday, but he just said that I should have had a timer, or like, because I was timing them on my watch, but like I was calling out the time as opposed to having them visually see it. And then there was one other thing that he had asked. Oh, when we had did the review of the day before, he said that I should have had the students lead the review, which was a really good idea, actually. That actually is a really nice touch to have. So yeah. So, and I mean the timer thing, yeah. It just, the thing is, I do love having the timer up. It's just that because I have to constantly like switch screens if I'm doing like my projector to show like as I'm writing, and then going back into my like slides, it's just like yeah, it's just a whole hot mess. So sometimes I just don't project the timer because it's like so many transitioning through like various like either screens, or because I have my iPad for my projector and then I have my computer for like my slides and stuff, so I kind of go back and forth, and so it sometimes make it a little difficult. I do have a physical timer, like not an online clock, that I can use. I just have to get batteries. It's like that circle one, and then you like twist the time and it shows you. I just need batteries for it. So, but either way, I mean, those are both some good suggestions, and I'm glad that he was able to kind of point those out, because I mean, I know at least for the second one, like I wouldn't have thought to do that, and so that's a really good idea. And then the first one, like I said, I kind of already knew. I needed to be more better at doing that. So, but other than that, like it went really good. We started our novel study yesterday with The Giver. We started reading through it. We got to about page 3, just because we had double specials yesterday. So we had like gym and then art, and so we only really had like 30-40 minutes to really do anything for ELA, and so it was just a hot mess. So I mean, we were able to read the novel and stuff like that, but yeah, just it's funny, me and my colleague were talking about this. I don't know about you, but I am not a very big annotator. Like when I read a book, I don't like read and then like take notes, or I don't sit here and like highlight important things, unless it's like a book that I'm supposed to learn from, like a self-help book or something. Then I'll like highlight, take notes and things like that. But if it's just a novel that I'm reading, like a fiction story, I don't like to annotate it. I'm just like, for what? Like I have it all in my head, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so it's I think it's going to be a little difficult to actually sit here and annotate the text. And so, but yeah, for that first chapter, we're looking to do that, and then yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I've been like watching videos on like how to really do it, like with fidelity, because like I said, I'm not a big annotator, so there's that. But let's see what else. I'm mad I forgot my cough drops, and again, it is I hate when my kids wake up in the morning while I'm up still, because it's just like I just can't focus on me, because I'm busy like trying to tell them to go back to sleep, and like doing that is like a whole task in itself. They don't want to go. I'm not tired anymore. I don't want to go back to sleep, and so it's like I'm sitting here trying to transition and have them at least, okay, well fine, just lay down, watch TV, whatever, and just trying to do all that while trying to get right. That is just like I lose my train of thought. So like I was thinking to myself, yeah, I need to bring cough drops today, and sure enough, my son is up and I forget the cough drops, and I'm just like, I'm so sick and tired of like coughing all over the place. I'm sure the kids are tired of hearing me cough all over the place, so I don't know, I'm just annoyed at this point, but whatever. Anywho, yeah, so I'm headed to school now. It says I should be there in about 10 minutes, so I should be able to get there and kind of get myself together for the day. Hopefully I can chat with you guys later if I remember to pick up. And what's crazy is that I was at school yesterday till like 5, so I could have like recorded any time, case in point, at least to check in. I mean, I know you saw like me creating my anchor chart for the new anchor chart that I made for our new incentive, and so yeah, I just gotta be better at like picking up that camera and doing it sometimes. But yeah, I totally just spaced on it. But anyway, yeah, I'll check in with you guys later, see how things are going. My daughter has gymnastics today this afternoon, so that's gonna be what we'll be doing today, so after school. Yippee skippy. All right, so I'll check in with you guys later. Good evening and happy Thursday. So I'm so sorry that I did not record at all today. My boyfriend came with me to work, meaning he dropped me off. And so I got here, things went, as it planned. And then I left, and then I actually came back because we're doing a reading night. You can see my reed earrings. And so we are doing like our 6:30 to 7:30, like just reading night. And so I volunteered. I got my Starbies because I need energy, but that's what we're doing right now. So I'll try to check in with you guys when I leave. So that's why it's really, really dark, because I didn't turn on my lights and it's dark outside. So, but I will check in with you guys later. I'll let you guys know. Maybe I'll take some video to see what reading night looks like. Little subject strip comics. Like you're killing a fly. Okay. You know what today is. You see them on me, you know it's today. Happy Friday, people. We have made it through another week, and it feels good. It was an actual full week, so we didn't have any days off in between, like we did last week, and we made it unscathed. And we made it through a formal observation. We made it through my colleague's observation. We made it through reading night. We made it through it all, through this whole entire week. So super duper excited that it is Friday, and my mother-in-law is taking my kids today, because last weekend my sister took them, or she took them like Saturday to Sunday, because my son had been like wanting a play date. I think it's just with him, it's like he misses, when they used to take him and he'd get to spend the night and just, change of scenery. It's like us, I know he goes to school and stuff and we take him places, but, sometimes you just want to kind of hang out with other people. And, I know my son, and I know he loves to like tell stories, and I know he wants to like tell other people things that he's experiencing other than us, because he tells us every day. So, so my mother-in-law is going to take him and my daughter today, this evening, and then they're going to have them till tomorrow. And then we're supposed to go to some birthday party, my niece. So this guy that I used to work with at Petco many years ago, he ended up like becoming friends with my niece, like through me. And I haven't talked to him for a while, but him and I are fine. It's just, it's like busy. I don't really have like the time to, not necessarily that I don't have the time, that sounds terrible, but it's just like, obviously, like, it's just, I don't know, we just lost touch. But there's no love lost. Like, we don't hate each other. If we see each other, we're so happy to see each other. But anyway, so my niece kind of stayed in touch with him a little bit more. She's also younger. He's younger too. So, and so his niece's party is Saturday, and she's about the same age as my kids. So she wants to take them to this birthday party. So I'm going to go with her to this birthday party so they can kind of have fun. They don't know who the girl is, but, kids, until they get really older, they don't really know. They're just like, ooh, party. And, everybody's just having a good old time. And it's just cute because kids are all just friends until they get older, and then they realize they can be mean. Or that, they can pick and choose, and like there's like reasons as to why, we're friends and things like that. So, but for now, so yeah. And so that's what we're gonna do Saturday. And then yeah, I don't know. So that's just gonna be pretty much my weekend. And then we have one more week. We have next week, and then the following week is the Thanksgiving break. So we'll only be at school, I think, Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we'll have off. So that'll be nice. And it's just, we're getting closer to Christmas break. I can kind of feel it with my kids. They're starting to get a little comfortable. They're starting to get a little past like the honeymoon phase, even though the honeymoon phase probably should have ended like a month ago. Hold one thought. Gotta get my Starbies this morning.
Good morning, can I help you?
Yeah, hi. I had an order to pick up for Diana.
All right, Diana, we'll see you up here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't realize they had the chestnut praline latte back. I should have got that today. Darn it. I just got regular coffee. Okay, well, it's okay. It's okay. I digress. Anyway, I'm not going to be upset at my choice. But, yeah, so, now I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, so, yeah, they're starting to get very comfortable, and they're starting to, like, now I have to start being a little meaner, because it's just, they're just not getting it. And so, you know, now they're starting to think that we're comfortable and that we're nice and we're cool. And so they start to do little things, and then they start to realize that I'm like, no. And so I think that to some degree they're just like, oh. But yeah, hold on, let me get my Starbucks. Hi. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great one. So, but yeah, so it's just been, ooh, darn, that was not good. Yeah, so, you know, just kind of having to get into those, you know, a little bit more sterner conversations, but it's all good. And I'm sure once we get back from break, for Thanksgiving break, we might have to have a little, you know, practice on some routines and procedures yet again. But anyway, I am feeling good. It is Friday. Today we're going to be doing a math review for all of the stuff that we learned in the last, like, because I think we only have 4.1 to 4.4, so we only have 4 sections, and we've already covered 2 of them. So I told her we would have like a mid checkpoint quiz to kind of just see like where they are before we move on to the next phase of what we're supposed to be doing. And I also didn't want to start a new section today, being that it's Friday, going into the weekend. I'd rather just start it on Monday. So that's my plan, to do 4.3 and 4.4 next week, and then probably the week of Thanksgiving, maybe that Monday or Tuesday, have our math quiz, and then be done with that. And moving on to chapter 5, or unit 5. Yes. But yeah, so, and that's for math. And then ELA, we were starting to read the 2nd chapter for The Giver. And so the kids started doing the partner read on their own. And I'm really, really hesitant because I don't know, like, I almost feel like, yeah, they're going to read it, but then at the same time, like, they're not going to annotate it as well. And I don't know, like, I'm struggling with giving them the autonomy and giving them the, like, the ownership to do it, because I just feel like, I mean, I think most of them will be okay, but I feel like most of them are really going to struggle. So I don't know. I may just have them, you know, partner read and then come back and then do the whole group read and kind of go through it again, because I don't know, I feel like this is something that's new to them and they kind of need their hands held for that. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I mean, who does, if you guys do like novel studies in your room, because I've done novel studies before, but we've usually done them differentiated, where they would be like in book clubs. And then I've done novel studies where we've taken one novel and we're like reading, what are we doing? I'm reading the story and then they're just like listening, kind of like what we did with The Thief of Always, because we didn't have everybody have a copy like this one. So I don't know. I know my colleague is just like, oh, you know, I just get bored of reading to them and then them just listening. But I'm like, I just feel like that's what's just warranted, because, you know, until they get to that point where they're like just reading through it and then like they're responsible for doing certain things, I don't know. I just feel like it's not going to go well. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys do for like novel studies and like what's like your procedure, your routine for it, because I'm just struggling. And I, like we were talking about, like we're supposed to be annotating this book, and I mean, we did chapter 1, we did great, but I'm just not a big annotator. Like when I'm reading, I just want to read. The flow is just going. I just want to read and just think. I don't want to write things down. But I know that for this book, we kind of need to do that. At least that's what is required. So I don't know. Yeah, just let me know. But I'm on my way to school. It says I should be there in about 10 minutes. And I already got most of my slides done yesterday for today, so yeah, it's gonna be a Friday, and I just cannot wait until 3 p.m. So hope you're having a great Friday. Hope you got your Starbies for today, and I'll check in with you guys later. It is the end of the day on Friday. I am so sorry I did not record anything, because today was such a crazy day, and not in a bad way. I mean, maybe a little. So me and my colleague kind of just come to the realization that a lot of our kids are being really silly right now, and they're just constantly like playing and just being so like unfocused. And so we were kind of just having that conversation about how we need to kind of, so like, I don't know, I'm to the point now where I kind of need to be a little bit more strict in what I'm doing, because the thing is, I hate being that like follow the rule, like regulatory rule person. Like I enjoy school, like I have fun with the kids, I want to have fun with the kids, but then I also feel like sometimes it just gets to the point where the kids just get very comfortable, and then they start like testing the waters and playing, and I'm just not here for it. Forgive me, the sun is like ridiculously bright, and I'm just not here for it. And so I'm just kind of going through, what we were just talking about. Like I was just telling her, like we need to kind of, start really kind of being strategic. So I think I'm gonna just have to start being like, I don't know, like to some degree, like I want the kids to like me, and I want them to enjoy being in my class, but at the same time, I feel like, I think that kind of hinders me a little, because then I start to, care about, like, and I don't want to say care about their feelings, because I always do, but I mean, like, just sometimes where I'm just like, I don't want them to hate me, but then it's like, what? It is what it is, and I kind of just have to put my foot down, because then it just gets worse and worse, and it gets frustrating. And, kids are resilient, and I always forget to realize that. I'm like finding another thing to put up, so the sun is just killing me. Kids are resilient, and so I just kind of realize that, like, they'll get over it. It's for their own good, and I've just, like, a lot of kids, like, I have some kids in my classroom that are just very, very, I don't want to say defiant, but it's just like they're button pushers, and I feel like they're constantly pushing my button to kind of see, like, just to see how far they can go. Like, they do little things here and there to kind of see how far they go, and I'm just not here for it anymore. Like, I am starting to really get upset about little things that are happening with some of my boys. They're just being silly. So, like, I'm nixing flexible seating. Like, you're in your seat. Like, we're not moving around, and if we are moving around, like, it's at my structure, at my pace, at my partnership. It's not you getting to pick your partner. It's not you getting to sit wherever you choose. Designated areas that they're going to be, like, I have to really be strategic at this point, because they've been really good, but it's just like I said, and it sucks because it's not everyone, but it's just like little things from certain people that are just like making it a big issue. And so I just have to kind of go to the drawing board and just kind of like get to that point where I'm like, you know what, we need to really be strategic about certain things. And if the kids don't like it, tough. Like, that's, they're here for a job, they're here to do what they need to do. It is not like a you know, it's not meant to be like a playful end all be all, because that's what they just, you know, they start to get really silly, and, you know, I think it affects them as far as like the work that they do and stuff. So I don't know, but that was my day. So just little things like that where I'm just starting to get like really frustrated with some of my kids, and I'm starting to get frustrated with kids that I normally wouldn't get frustrated. Like I have my 1 or 2 outliers that I'm just like, I already know this is how they're going to be day in, day out, and like it's going to be a constant battle. But then they're starting to get these other ones where it's just like these other little ones that are just starting to really like hone in and start to really like do things that are just really annoying and really upsetting me. And they're just like, so now I'm having to deal with their little fires along with like my other ones that I'm constantly dealing with. So I'm over it. Needless to say, my partner's also over it too, because she's saying the same thing, where it's just like little things that they're doing. It's just, and we just kind of have to crack that whip. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, but other than that, I mean, the day was good as far as like work is concerned. I just come to the realization also that my kids are not very good at doing like the partner read. Like I was having them do partner reads with like a group, so that way they can all like read together. And I'm starting to realize that we're just going to have to chunk up the chapters, and like I'm going to have to do like the first part of the chapters, and then they're going to have to continue doing the second part of the chapters for those last 3 pages. So like if there's 8 pages in the chapter, I'm doing 4, they're doing 4, and they're doing it independently, because, you know, I've just come to the realization that, again, it's like kids are not doing what they need to do. They're like in a group and they start doing well, and then it's like they get off topic, and my kids for some odd reason are just not, they just don't seem to be really good at multitasking. So I know I just came on this like I came on this Friday afternoon to give you guys this rant about my kids, and it's just like it was so new and fresh, and I was just like sitting at work like thinking of all the things that I just need to do on Monday. And then I rushed out because I told you my kids are going to my mother-in-law's house, and so she calls me and she's just like, oh, we went to pick up the kids and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, well, thanks for letting me know, because I wasn't planning on packing them until I got home, because I knew that they said they were going to come until 5, or at least after 5, after they got off of work, and it's 3:57 and they're already at my house. They picked up my kids from school, so I'm like, that's fun. So now I'm rushing home to try to get them packed up. So it's just not a Friday that I would have wanted, but it's here. And yeah, so we shall see how it goes. But yeah, but I'm gonna end this vlog here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the week that we had. I know it was a little all over the place, but you know, that's the day in the life of a teacher mom. You know, it's like we're just like, we get a moment, we can record, we can have a conversation, and then the next minute it's like, I don't see you for a day. So, but I try my best to be good at like remembering when I need to record. And I do need to record more in my classroom, but like I said, I'm always just so conscious, because now it's like we're so open space. I don't have space of my own in terms of like walls, so it's always a difficult task. But nonetheless, I gotta make it happen. That's my goal, to make it happen. So hopefully you guys like this video. Hopefully you'll like and subscribe, and then you know, comment down below if you have anything like content wise you want to see, anything you have questions about that you see in my videos. I'll be more than happy to share, or just drop by and say what's up. But I'm gonna leave you guys here, and hope you guys have a fabulous weekend, and don't mind the sun, it is bright, but I'd rather have that than cloudy skies. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.